The living room, where the family meets to discuss issues, any issue which may be bothering one of the family members. That's what we do each and every Tuesday on WAC 90.1 FM with Ricardo Mitchell and DJ Aaron 868. We have casual conversations on serious topics, from sports to culture, mental health to economics, relationships to life lessons. Join us each and every Tuesday on WAC 90.1 FM. The Living Room, casual conversations on serious topics.
It is now 6 p.m. here in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know what time it is where you are, but I'm glad to know you're locked on to the true nation station WACK 90.1 FM, where we are
culture crazy.
First and foremost, let's kick this off as we always do, all right? I must give thanks and praises to the Almighty for granting us the gift of life and seeing another day. No matter what time of day it is, you must always
give thanks.
Secondly, we must say thank you to those that went before us, and we are not just talking about our ancestors, the original inhabitants of Trinidad and Tobago, because we all know, accept, reiterate, and say it with the chest that Columbus lied, but also to our brother in music, Tony Prescott, where the P this week stands for
presentation, Aaron, presentation.
Can I have any P word to talk about long?
I mean to talk about long? Like a word meaning long?
Yeah, that starts with a P.
But I gotta look for one week because, the presentation that I witnessed, that was long.
Right, I think I honestly got fed up around the 4 hour mark.
Yeah, I think that's where I'd reached, mom. I could understand why there was so much chatter going on at a certain point in time. After 4 hours, it was really a case of, all right, you know what, kudos and congratulations.
You bore us out of having interest in what you're saying.
No, here the catcher. It's not boring information, you know. It's just I'm pretty certain it did not have to take 4+ hours to do it. I wonder if it even finished.
I think it did. But honestly, we need to find a new format to do that. Like get the cliff notes first, and then in the debate or something, then we could get the lengthy version with all them words and all them different things. Anyway, if you don't know,
I think that thing around 5 hours plus, you know.
Somebody on Twitter was running, on X was running a poll as to how long you think it would last.
Well, whoever bet 5 hours and 14 minutes, they get on.
I think I was like 4:54.
Yeah. But anyway, let's introduce ourselves properly.
This is the living room with yours truly, DJ Aaron 868. I remind you each and every time that culture is my code, and I sit here alongside my bro with no fro, a lot of flow.
Alright, you go ahead. You keep adding things now.
Exactly. Always on the go and in the know.
Give me an next one.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I guess I can't extempo.
I could.
Yeah, that was a perfect opportunity for you to drop a line. But this is Ricardo Mitchell, the social stage and the global stage.
And this is the living room on the True Nation station, WACK 90.1 FM, where we are culture crazy. We said that already.
Crazy, yeah. Budget has been ready. I guess so we'll get our 2 cents on the budget. Budup-ching. See what I did there? 2 cents?
Yeah, barely need that 2 cents.
Budget.
Ching. Probably anyway. I was going to make a real out of time and comment there, but
ooh. Yeah. Let's play nice this evening.
Right. Before we go any further, I must do this publicly. To Darren Shepherd and the management and directors of NLCB Fontclair. Kudos to you and the excellent work that you all are doing with this Youth Pan initiative. Not just the concert that you all had over this weekend, but just in general with partnering with 15 schools, other youth groups and institutions, and also having 3 junior bands within your ranks. And you see that tiny mic band, that I don't know, that just warmed my heart to see them 3, 4, 5 year olds playing pan.
Nice.
Right? So to the management and the staff of NLCB Funclair, congratulations to you, not just on the well-executed event this weekend, but also on the PAN initiative that you all are doing with the youth. All right, congratulations. I just wanted to make sure and do that publicly.
Hey, not bad at all, and can't complain, brother man. I cannot complain. Yeah, remember, Aaron, we about this positive content in a bacchanal environment, you know. So when you have hats to hang and kudos to give, you know, I have no problem with that whatsoever.
And I also want to give kudos, just a quick shout out to the new record holder for the most T20 runs in a calendar year, one Mr. Nicholas Puran, who hails from Trinidad and Tobago as well. Puran, you're doing an excellent job. Kudos. We still have 3 months to go in the year. I don't know if I have any more cricket after this to play this year. But if it does, keep up the excellent form and the hard work that you have been doing and leave it all out there on the pitch.
Yeah. My special thing about Nicky is how he starts every interview with thanks and praise to Jesus. You know, he's dropped that Jesus juice before he start talking sports. Can't fight it. Do you think, bro?
I know you love that part.
Yeah, he's an old Jesus guy.
And lastly, I want to say congratulations to Trinidad and Tobago as we enter the month of, we are in the month of October, where we celebrate Calypso History Month, as Mental Health Month, and Breast Cancer Awareness as well, all within this month of October. It's going to be rife with activities for each of those occasions. So if you can attend something celebrating any one of those occasions, please try your best to do so. But also, if you can't attend, let's start practicing a little more cultural confidence. We're going to talk more about that later. Or mental health advocacy, or even health screening. Right? There are so many things we can practice this month. Let's try and practice one of the three.
I can't argue with that. Cannot argue with that. So, Mr. Williams, are you going to introduce your panel of guests this evening? As I mentioned, it's Calypso History Month. So we're kicking off Calypso History Month with some dignitaries. Right? And when I say dignitaries, I'm speaking about the Assistant PRO of TUCO, Ms Miguella Simon, the Assistant Treasurer, Mrs. Melissa Williams Campbell, and the President of TUCO, Mr. Ainsley King. All right? So they are going to be joining us. They're going to steal some time from their busy schedules and join us in the living room. But before we let them in, we must remind you that for Riche, their concert is on the 9th of November at Sapa. Ricardo and I will be going, not to sing, but we're just going. Yeah. Hey,
right?
Not together, eh?
No. Right?
Double date kind of action. Not I feel that's a good date night.
Yeah. Right? So let's bring in their intro and then we'll welcome our guests.
I know you're disappointed, don't know you're on.
With what?
That you're not my date.
Let's bring in the intro and we'll welcome our guests.
Welcome to the living room. Welcome to the living room. Welcome to the living room. Welcome to the living room.
And we are back, and as advertised, we are kicking off Calypso History Month with some Calypso dignitaries. And when I say Calypso dignitaries, I'm talking about members of the Central Executive of the Trinbago Unified Calypsonians Organization. All right? So we have with us the President, Mr. Ainsley King.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, good day, Mr. President.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Mrs. Williams Campbell. I like that name, Williams.
Good
Hey.
evening. I'm the assistant treasurer of TUCO.
Oh, yeah. Oh, just my kind of feel right there, boy. Right? And also the assistant PRO, Ms Miguella Simon, who is no stranger to the studio of WAC 90.1 FM.
So hello everybody.
Right. So We're gonna kick off today's interview with probably the easiest question I'm gonna ask each of y'all. I'm not asking you, where's the scene? Or what's the word hummingbird? Or what's the gist therapist? I'm asking each one of you, how are you?
I'm great, man. I'm great. I'm gonna start it off. I'm great, dealing with things that have to be dealt with, and making sure that I stay on top of my game, So I am in a good place.
I like that answer.
I'm in good spirit as well. It's definitely the ship conference had to slip out to facilitate this interview. So I am also facilitating this interview. Well, right now at the highest, just keeping a space right now.
We appreciate the effort.
Very much.
No, I need to comment. I'm so tired. Oh my gosh, I had a long day. But I'm comfortable at home. And I'm ready to discuss calypso. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, because as we all know, as loyal listeners of WAC 90.1 F, that October is Calypso History Month, and we celebrate this annually, right? So, what are TUCO's plans for Calypso History Month?
All right. Well, you guys will be aware that we just came back basically, like some people, maybe at 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks ago from the United States, where we venture into our first attempt at cultural diplomacy, where Calypso is concerned. And we went into it quite confidently because of knowing the history of Calypso, because where cultural diplomacy is concerned, Calypso has demonstrated, the strength and the magic that it contains way back from the 19th centuries to the 1940s, where we had some of the earlier Calypsonians who were able to break through in the said United States back in that time. And then that was the time from the 19th century to the 1940s where they actually got a breakthrough on the global market from the United States to the other parts of the world, to the Calypsonians going out there to record. And while they were out there recording, they took time because they used to travel on the ship. And that used to take a couple of days, like 13 days to go, and then to record, they will stay out there for a while. But while they were out there, what they were able to do to achieve was to get the music to start spreading on the radio station out there, because they did high quality recording, and these recordings were played on the radio. So, and that was the beginning, actually, that contributed to Calypso playing an integral part in the carnival here in Trinidad and Tobago. So Calypso have a history where cultural diplomacy is concerned. And well, for a very long time, we saw a lapse, if that's a good word, where not much have been happening for Calypso, where you're hearing statements being made, Calypso dying, Calypso things not happening. But I don't have that belief, because I know that, again, from research, that cultural confidence is a problem with this country. So operating with that awareness and at that level, we decided to embark on this journey of cultural diplomacy, and it was very successful, because while people is seeing Calypso and the light that they are seeing it here, the world, the diaspora, the world is still out there waiting to embrace Calypso, waiting to enjoy Calypso. So in very simple terms, it has been proven, and it's a reality, that there's a high level of appreciation out there for Calypso. And we are going to continue to tap into this, because at the end of the day, Calypso deserves to be credited for its contribution, to be credited for what it read, for its value. And we intend to ensure that within our tenure, that we work towards bringing that light and that awareness, because the reality is the world is awaiting calypso again. They are waiting good calypsos, and we intend to carry that to them. But let me continue. For Calypso History Month, though, because of what we just did, and the efforts that was put into it, what we intend to do is that we are going to have an open door, because we have a brand new office actually too. We were able to move to a space where we could better represent our members, where we could do it in comfort and in style in a venue. We could call it a venue or a building, better word to use, where it is more comfortable both for our members and for us to function. And on the 5th, we are going to have an open door. We're going to have an open house, basically, for all members who choose to come, and a few officials. And we are going to also use that date and that time to have our Thanksgiving, to give thanks to the Father and the gods that are out there at this time working with us as we continue to build and to put ourselves in a better position to represent and to promote Calypso in the most effective way. And we also have other events, because we have I will allow Melissa and even Miguella to come in now to actually share with you some of the events, because we have Gary Cordner, and we have we have the extemporama and all that is going to be in place. But Mel and Miguella, I'm going to open up for you all to actually come forward and share with the people some of the events that we have. Yeah.
Thanks, President King. Additionally, we will be hosting a health and wellness competition from the 1st of October to the 31st of October. This competition will more or less entail a series of fitness challenges each week. And some of these fitness challenges we can look forward to a walking day, a running day, a cycling day, a beach day. And in addition to that, the zones will be playing, our 4 zones will be playing a very prominent role in Calypso History Month as they roll out their program of activities, as Mr. King mentioned, which will entail workshops and education and awareness and sensitization sessions.
The health and wellness month, that is for the entirety of October. Could the general public get involved in that, or do you have to be a member of TUCO to partake?
No, what I'm saying, there's no way that we are going to do anything and don't involve or include the general public who chooses to be a part of what we do. So it's gonna be open for everyone who chooses to be a part of it, right? And because we value those people who support Calypso, or those people who we put forward our events to facilitate or to accommodate. We know the value that they contribute to what we do, because without them, it's like we have no purpose. So anything that we do, we do it for the people. We do it for the people, the lovers of Calypso, and those who choose to zoom in and to put their attention in our direction.
I love that answer, Mr. King. I'll just add, I know Miguella is a prominent voice on WAC as well. So I'm 100% sure that during the month of October, she'll take some time and remind us as these activities come up.
But as a matter of fact, now I'm not cutting you. Say what you're saying, and then I will continue what I was about to say. As the month come up, you go ahead, sir. Sorry about that.
That's no problem. So Miguella will keep us, the WAC listeners, abreast and continues as to the various activities and how we can get involved, or where we can go to hear the CAISO 4 zones of TUCO.
All right. Well, everything is going to be actually layout as we go along, as you said, Miguella. So people can stay tuned into WAC mainly, because we intend to have some programs at WAC too, and that is going to be developed along the way, because I spoke to Kenny last week, and since that we are going to, this month is going to be on a low cost. Most of the project will be low cost, so we intend to use the most effective platform, which is Kenny, because once you go by Kenny, the world sees you, you know. So we have some programs being planned around Kenny's virtual platform, you know. So people need to look out for that also.
And definitely they can log on to our social media pages to get information. So make sure and follow us. And we would have launched the newsletter, so that's who people could look out for, because the next edition will be out very soon, so that they could use that to also keep abreast of what's happening at TUCO.
And this is coming from the welfare department. So I think what will be wise is that we will encourage our welfare officer to come to the radio station at some time to bring you guys up to date with the developments as they come.
I love that. Now, you spoke of, Mr. King, teaching calypso and the different outreach programs that TUCO will be undertaking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm a man from San Fernando, so as I say, I Sando born and bred, so I could only talk about TUCO South Central and not with the rest of zones other than the various right? Now, I know TUCO South Central, they do a vacation calypso program where Ras Commander and the team would have the children come up to WAC and do a vacation program with them, right? This is something that we could look at, something TUCO doing more of in the future, more in all the zones, as opposed to, I'm not too sure if it was done in all the zones before, but is this something TUCO is going to be doing more of in the future?
No, we definitely intend to. Although I could clearly see that who pays attention to our junior over the past couple of years, I have been observing, and I am confident to say that the future of calypso is definitely in a good place, and with the right influence by the leadership, it is even going to go in a better place, you know. So the future is definitely in good hands, and we intend, because we understand the importance and the value of succession, that we intend to make sure that we pay attention and keep the focus on the young people. But with regards to the project in the South, I have to compliment Ras Commandante, because that program is a bit different from other programs involving the young people, right? But whatever is working for them, we are going to do it. So for now, I believe that is a project that the South Zone mainly does. But once it is a workable project, once it is good, we are going to look into it, and we are going to make sure that whatever is working and whatever makes sense, we allow it to spread across the nation.
I love that answer.
Yeah, that is excellent to hear. I guess that is also one of the benefits of having your own location now. You could utilize your space to do the types of things that you might not have been able to do before as a tenant. Yeah.
Definitely. And I use the word a more comfortable space. And that word comfort, I mean, to its entirety, we expect a lot to take place and a lot to come out from where we are now. And we intend to continue to improve and to bring better quality representation to calypso in this country.
But Mr. King, am I allowed to ask where this new comfortable?
No, well, boy, of course, Rosalino Street, number 5, Rosalino Street. It's basically, it could be considered as one of the capital where the industry, carnival industry is concerned, because we have places like the bigger mass bands and so on down there. Help me, Mel, help me just refresh my
Yeah.
memory with the bands on the street there. It's
Right.
Rosalino Street, number 5 Rosalino. But I mean the bands.
Yeah. Tribe is there as well. Yeah.
Right.
Headquarters is also there. And it's right on the avenue, you know. It's on the avenue. So, you know, that's a popular space. It's a convenient space, right? So we plan to make full use of it and capitalize on all the profits that the location will bring. Right?
I love that. This is in the heart of the Lyman Hub in Portersfield.
Yeah, copy.
Right.
Truly, yeah.
Now, we spoke before of the health and wellness initiative where it's going to be open to the general public. But for the average person like Ricardo who enjoys writing a good ditty, or even coming up with a nice plan about something, how could the average person who is not a calypsonian obviously get involved in like assisting TUCO with their overall mission of spreading the good word of calypso?
Well, boy, let me tell you, calypso to me is everybody. Is an art form that belongs to every native of this country and anybody who chooses to practice or to support calypso across the world. But with regards to TUCO and what we do, we continue to build relationship because our aim is to aim at high quality where our projects and events are concerned. And we are open. So whoever believes that they have something to offer, they are free to offer themselves, you know. But at the same time, you know, I mean, we are trying to make sure that the relationship we build are the right ones, and we are open to work with anybody, you know. So people are free to come and to offer themselves, you know, because we are open and we are willing to work with the best people who have the best interests at heart for calypso.
That is, I appreciate that question, Aaron, and thank you for that answer, Mr. King. One of the things that happens in Trinidad and Tobago right now is this disconnect between who has the right to certain elements of being Trinbagonian. And being somebody who was peripheral to this space, it was because of my relationship with Aaron that I got involved in WAC and I started to develop a richer understanding of the contribution that calypso has made to our past, our present, and making to our future. But it can be intimidating to come into a cultural space as an outsider, even though culturally you have as much right to these art forms and these spaces as anybody else. So it's very good to hear that TUCO has that open door policy and is willing to work with anybody who has that interest and that heart for the culture.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm equally as happy to hear that because that means I could probably enter that door and assist with what happened, Ricardo?
Putting our chairs and thing.
Oh, you know what? I'll just leave it right there. Either Ms. Simon or Mr. King, I'll be in contact with either one of you.
Yeah. That's
Thanks,
okay, my
Aaron.
friend. Yeah.
I don't know what Ricardo was alluding to there. Now, I know we don't want to keep you all too long because you all are stealing precious time away from your schedules. So we just have two quick questions again. We know October, beside it being Calypso History Month, it is also Tobago Carnival. And I love my Tobago Carnival. So am I good to go across there with any pop-up Calypso tents or anything of the sort?
Okay. The Tobago zone are presently planning and working on their events and projects for the carnival. And I think that they have like 3 tent nights that they are working towards at this point. At least that is information I gathered from them. And also they are preparing because we had moved the Calypso Monarch, seeing that there's a new carnival in Tobago, and you all are, I'm sure you all are aware that it had some concerns because the winner from Tobago ended up into the finals. But what happened with that is that we saw an opportunity, and we actually were looking down. We were looking down a capitalizing some sort of a business line where we could grow like three different events in not three different events, but have the zonal competitions return and having that as a start. But it didn't work out well because some people had a problem with it, and we respect that. So the Calypso Monarch was moved to the carnival, and they intend to keep it there. But this time the Monarch will not be coming forward to go anywhere, but just be a Tobago Monarch actually. So that's one of the events that will be expected. Also 3 tent nights. So how they are going to execute it, that is going to come with the developments over the next few days and the next few weeks and so on.
All right, well, I look forward to that information as well, because I think I'm across in Tobago from the Thursday, so I hope get some good kaiso while I'm there as well.
It is good to get the support, because that support, so I'll advise you one time, whatever support you could give, and if you choose to, as you say, to offer up yourself, you could probably reach out to them, and in whatever contribution you think you could make, you could work it out with them. You could also contact me,
Right. And anything you want to chime in before I come with this last question, Ricardo?
No, sir. I'm just here taking notes as seeing you operating this professional sphere now. I thought you just going out there to unfold chairs and help set up the bar, but clearly, you have thing to offer. So let me stay quiet and learn. This is me actively listening.
I wouldn't divulge what I could offer.
Oh, right? Lord. Yeah, Mr. Williams, I hear you.
Now, the last question. As you said, you recently returned from calypso diplomacy across there in New York, right?
Cultural. Well, calypso Uptown was the name of the event, but it was a move to develop and to strengthen cultural diplomacy, to bring more attraction to the country, basically, because the move was a move. It wasn't just a move for calypso. It was a move by calypso for the country, and that was to make sure that we give representation that will boost national pride. And I think that we were able to accomplish that, because I could sense, because I saw by the turnout, you see, we saw a lot of proud Trinis, and they were happy because here it is, our people come, and they come big, and they come and they put forward something that we are proud of, and that was something to really cherish, and I intend to cherish it, and we intend to continue building the pride of this nation and the confidence of this nation, cultural confidence of this nation.
I thank you for the correction, the cultural diplomacy, and I love cultural confidence.
Yeah, I hope you didn't copyright that, because I'm going to be using cultural confidence at least once a week going forward.
No. Well, boy, I think that is there for everybody, yeah. Because and then you see, you guys should push it, because we lack it. This country lack cultural confidence. We will go out there, and we will show that confidence to go to a reggae fete and everything. And yes, around carnival time we may go to a soca fete, but we are not people that will stand up confidently and say we love what we do. We are Trinis. We love we culture. We love being in San Fernando. We love being a South man. We love being this. We love being that. You don't get much of that. As a matter of fact, we need to start to understand the value of it, because that is something that is badly missing, amongst us.
I would love for another interview like this to take place with us in person in studio, because I want the listeners to be able to chime in on topics like this, because as we accept, we reiterate, we just say it with the chest, WAC is the only 100% culture station in Trinidad and Tobago. And the stats lie when they say only 1% of the country listens to WAC?
No, that is a lie, because I mean, I saw it. I was able to use Kenny to actually boost the attendance at Apollo. I mean, and that is not a joke, because I mean, while I was out there, I went to other radio stations, because what happened is that up to the last moment, as the tickets were not looking as good as they should, right? Because we had a couple thousand tickets to sell, 1,000 tickets to sell, and I, as the man who spearheaded this idea, whose brainchild it was, who wanted to be sure that this thing come off successfully, I had the challenge of being in America, like the Wednesday to the Monday to going into the show this Tuesday, and as I land, I had to rent car, hire people on the ground, give them flyers, have them go into events pushing this, but at the same time I was able to call Kenny, because somebody tipped me off and said, well, no boy, it's WAC we listen out there, it's WAC, and that contributes to making a difference, and people need to understand that Kenny is one of the most listened to, globally listened to radio station in this country.
Say that again, please. So
I am saying that out of all the networks, that radio networks in the country, WAC radio, or if Kenny is correct to say, because Kenny, that's why, but WAC radio is the correct statement. WAC radio is one of the most listened radio across the globe, right? And that is not a joke. It's not a joke. I've seen it. I've proven the power of WAC. It is not a joke.
I love that. Kenny again, a new stinger to use there, right?
Very true.
Yeah.
Now we have to get Mr. King to make a to just see that, so that we'll have
because
a promo.
Now, I've already said it, and you guys don't have to bring us back to the station. You see what happened with topics? You guys need to carry it. You guys need to zoom in to that cultural confidence situation and start talking to people. Start planting those seeds, because the work you're doing, you guys have the power to do that. Because I mean, from now, for me, it wouldn't be easy to catch me again, because a lot is happening, and I have decided to go back on the stage, not to go amongst the Calypsonian to take their space and so on, but to go as far as possible across the world, because what I've realized is that the world is still awaiting good calypsos, good music from Trinidad and Tobago, and it's sad that things are so confusing, because at home we are saying calypso is dying. We are saying calypso not happening, but the truth is, calypso is really the power broker. Calypso really carries the power. And similarly, I don't know how Kenny Station is viewed or assessed, but Kenny Station, amongst the station in Trinidad and Tobago, has the influence to make things happen for you outside more than it could do here. So, these are topics that needs to continue on the burner and needs to keep out there, because something is definitely back to front or incorrect with us, how we live and how we see things.
I can't agree with you more, Mr. King. For the starters, that we need to push the conversation of cultural confidence in Trinidad and Tobago. Ricardo and I do our part here in the living room to try to ensure that we speak of the culture of Trinidad and Tobago and push the envelope constantly of what we do and what we produce. But as you rightfully said, the limitation does exist. That and I use the air quotes for this, 1% of the population listens to WAC. But really and truly, the more and more, I could speak for myself on this part, the more and more I go out there and meet the people it's the more I realize that 1% is just a damn blasted lie.
Yeah. And it's sad to say. I always hear they say most of what you see is just illusion, and most of what you hear is not the truth. And that goes to show how much people live in a lie that only they believe what they believe they live in and what they're doing, but really and truly, plenty people nowhere and think they're somewhere.
No, I like
Or
that.
some.
I love that. And I just want to close this off with the last question. Now, you have been answering the question throughout the conversation, but I have to formally ask the question. How are we going to make 2025 the year of Calypso?
No, it's simple, you know. Let me break it down in very simple terms for you. The year of Calypso simply means let us put special or intensive attention on this art form that has done so much for us. Let us see the reason why we should respect it. Outside of all the events and the great plans we have, I break it down in the most simple way. Let us be grateful to Calypso. And once everybody who wants to be on board for this year Calypso understand what I just mentioned, we are going to have one of the biggest and the most significant year that Calypso will ever experience. And we are doing this because we want people to put the right mindset on. The discussion today has demonstrated that we have a lot of wrong side thinking and people who don't know what they are, don't know what they're doing, don't know the truth from the lie, don't know what. But we are saying for 2025, let us put Calypso in the right perspective and the right mindset, because Calypso have done so much and still doing so much for Trinidad and Tobago. Calypso is the foundation of this carnival that we have. But Calypso was responsible for producing the music, for the masqueraders, for the pan, for reaching out there, for carrying positive music to the people. Yesterday, I mean, the reggae, the dancehall and the reggae has demonstrated internationally that they have stand up for justice, truth, fight for Africa. Calypso has done its part. Black Stallion specifically held on and from the beginning to the end and made sure that he represented in the most significant way. And he didn't stray at all. He was a fighter, freedom fighter in Calypso, right? But Calypso have done so much. And then if I have to go to show how Calypso is basically a foundation of all the music in the world, that's a different story, because I've been an African art. And Africa, and that is from the ancient and early times. Calypso in the midst, it is in the midst there from our prayers to chant-well and all the developments along the way. Calypso is one of our treasure here in this country, and we need to understand that. Because if we had understood that, I mean, we oil and this and that came and there's no oil no more. But I am saying not just, well, Calypso, soca, everything. And when I say Calypso now, I see soca, I see Trotney soca. I embrace all of them because, the time, the evolution took place. But the root, you cannot mess with the root. You cannot mess with the root. Because if you root out the roots, everything else will just fall down. And this is what the year of Calypso really signifies. Let us strengthen the root. Let us restructure, let us reform. And let us create that music industry. Finally, let us celebrate Calypso through the year. Every member society do something for Calypso. But we have some magnificent plans coming. And you guys just need to look out. But I just touched the core so that people could understand that the time has come for us to celebrate calypso, for us to respect calypso, to pay the attention and give calypso the respect it deserves.
Baby.
Like a stomper.
I nearly clapping.
Like a storm pass. Like a storm pass. A storm pass.
I nearly clapping.
Yeah, a storm pass. A pin could have dropped there on your head, boy.
Yeah.
Mr. King, this is the first time I've ever seen Aaron so speechless. Honestly.
And I try, I ain't gonna lie to tell you, that little bit of silence from Aaron, I've been looking forward for that for years. So, Mr. King, I'm sorry that you say it'll be hard for us to get you again, but...
No, it's hard, because, I am presently in demand, not just for people calling me to perform, but not just that too. People are calling me to have discussion with me. People are calling me because they realize that just as your reaction was as it is there just now, people realize that there is something that is real, that is developing and taking place. And a lot of people, they are ready and want to be a part of this thing. And then suddenly I just became very busy. Not here in Trinidad, not just here in Trinidad and Tobago, but the world is calling out for me, for my attention. And I'm going with it, I'm going with it. So I'm going to be in and out. You guys could keep close to Miguella, and Miguella could probably give you a tip as to where I am at and when I will be around. And maybe, who knows, I could come up and check you guys,
We would definitely try to organize that, because after a riveting speech like that, I myself feel invigorated, not to just go and listen more calypso, but also to, probably for the first time in a very long time, attend a tent.
No, well, by the tent and all them thing, we have to do some changes, because the tent, you see, what's going on with life. You see, tradition and innovations, for some people believe it can't work together, but maybe it cannot. But changes have to take place at this point, because I think that a lot of people in the industry find themselves in a space, a lost space. It's like, and it's stagnant, because one of the things is that people believe that going to a final in the Monarch is a great achievement. What people believe is the greatest achievement in the world. But that is limiting the power of calypso. And but you see, the structures have been changed, and it wasn't changed just so. It didn't happen just so. It was by design, because it have people benefited from what happened. But I wouldn't go there. But these people the spotlight should go on them, because they have evilly damaged the thing. And they're quietly there. But what I'm saying is that the calypso, and what calypso is, we disrespecting calypso and limiting calypso to go into the savannah, and not just limiting, but we're killing one another for it, which is extremely senseless and gullible. When calypso could boost economy here in Trinidad, when calypso, once we do it right, because in order to expand, the bucket have to overflow, and that bucket is Trinidad and Tobago, so it has to overflow into different territories and spread. But it cannot spread with how we value and see it, because it have people singing calypso shame about what they're doing and not even know that they're shame, because they're fighting to win crown, but they don't believe in the power of calypso.
Mr. King, I want to take a liberty here to share a story with you. And well, Aaron, you know others take liberties, but this is a true story. Aaron and I have been putting in the work, and we have a listener out of Canada right now, a Trini living in Canada. He heard us speaking of a song the other day, right? The 5 Weeks Unsold. And he messaged me to ask me how he could find that song online. We have an audience that is waiting, as you so rightfully say, that is waiting for calypso. old calypso, new calypso, the good calypso, the stories to be told, the experiences. They want this sample of our culture available to them. So you're right, tradition has to start to work with innovation, otherwise it's going to be left behind.
And it is left behind. It is in trouble, but it is our duty, because we cannot be the representative of calypso and don't go and pester or just make sure that the platforms, the digital platform, is now loaded with calypso, because calypso is absent. Because the more hands on deck will be the better for us. There's space for everybody to benefit, not in the way we're doing it, right? So I think that's it. My time has run out. So guys, let me know if you have anyone, at least one more question could be entertained, so that I could
Actually do
proceed.
have a question. I just have one point to add here. And in terms of the digitization and the availability of the music, when I started work how many other years ago, one of my biggest issues with calypso was that I was only getting live recordings. There were very few properly recorded calypsos. That's about 10 years ago now, right? And I must say, over the past 10 years, the number of calypsos that have been properly recorded and documented on a yearly basis has increased exponentially. So I think the next is to get them onto now the digital platforms.
Yeah.
So people could pay the 99 cents US and buy it.
Yeah.
The only way that Apple go and acknowledge calypso as a genre is when it starts to make sense for them. And not sense as in SENSE.
Yeah. CNT.
Right? So thank you very much, Mr. King, Mrs. William Campbell, and Mrs. Simon, for sitting with us inside the living room and spreading the dossier or that calypso is here to stay. Right? Thank you all very much, and we look forward to seeing you all sometime soon, hopefully, and also come the festivities of Carnival next year, seeing that cultural confidence being restored to the citizenry of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. Thanks.
It was our pleasure.
Yes, thanks for having us. And it's just to remind everybody that calypso is everybody's business here in Trinidad.
Thank you very much, Miguella. Thank you very much, Mr. King. This is Williams Campbell. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for having us and for giving us the opportunity to come and share, what we're doing with you all and members of the public. As Miguel said, it's everybody's business. All hands, as Mr. King said, all hands on deck, right? And we must get it really big and believe in what we have to share with the world. Be bold enough to share with the world, right? Because what we have is valuable, right? It's worthwhile, right? And as Mr. Peter said, people are willing and ready across the globe to embrace. We just have to believe in ourselves. Okay?
All right. Thank you very much. Aaron, are we perilously close?
Yeah, we close to the end of tonight's program. So, yeah, Mr. Desmond, here already.
Hey, this is Ricardo Michelle, the social stage on the global stage. Thanking you for joining us in the living room. Remember, guys, the hourglass is opaque. We don't know how much time remains, so whatever you're doing, be good and stay safe. Aaron?
Yours truly, DJ Aaron868. I remind you each and every time that culture is my code. And I also tell you that love is the currency, so spend some today. Let somebody know you love them, just like the way we love Kaisu. All right? So keep it locked. Mr. Desmond is up next.
I feel a freshness flowing through my veins. Do you know what I love? When the feeling starts, it goes nowhere. Do you know what I love? What but soca? Wayo, feel the love again. Wayo, can't deny your historic fame. Wayo, respect the spark that started flame. Wayo, you got to love it over and over again. Ha, I can lie with my friends, though the fun never ends. Still can't stop this feeling. It never make me feel that way. No, it can never make me feel this way. Win a million in the morning, money just pouring. It can still can. It never make me feel that way. Never, it can never make me feel this way. Cause when I vibe a note with my partner, write a verse with my friend. Once there is life, paper and pen, topics will never end. So when you talk about boss and number one, don't forget the Dan. Long before we born, in history and gold, calypso on the throne. Hey, so when you move your hips so calypso, how when you shake it, calypso, boogie the chord, the rhythm, calypso, praise all I oppose them, calypso, boogie you dance and humor, calypso, we come at your partner, calypso, the melody and educator, calypso, what but soca, ha ha, wayo, feel the love again, wayo. Can't deny your historic fame. Wayo, respect the spark that started flame. Wayo, you got to love it over and over again. In the days of masters and slaves, yeah, that was the poor man's paper, yeah. The thing that we have is gold, on a rich share to the world. Don't suppress one for the other. Calypso is the start of the culture. The thing that we have is gold, on a rich share it to the world. So when I sing from my heart, yeah, and you feel it in your soul, that informative feeling, sometime it hits home. So let's not forget the main ingredient of the culture. Calypso is the seed that bears the fruits, yeah. Hey, so when you move your hips so calypso, how when you shake it, calypso, boogie the chord, the rhythm, calypso, raise all I oppose them, calypso, boogie you dance and humor, calypso, we come at your partner, calypso, the melody and educator, calypso, what but soca, I feel a greatness flow with you, my vein. Do you know what I love? When that feeling stops, it goes nowhere. Do you know what I love? What make you move it? Calypso. What make you feel it? Calypso. What make you think it? Calypso. What make you shake it? Calypso. What make you dance on? Calypso. Kick on and till. Calypso. Melody and set. Calypso. What but soca? Calypso. Wayo. Feel it, feel it, feel it. Wayo. Boy, wayo. Wayo. Calypso.